Good morning or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this video. I just wanted to check in today because I know yesterday we left things a little bit messy at the end of class, and I want to make sure you know what you should be doing in my absence and what you should be doing to make progress in your research. So, in Schoology, in your Power folder, you have this slideshow of daily plans and discussion questions. This slide lays out for you what you need to have done when you come back to class tomorrow, if you need a step-by-step list. So steps 1 and 2, you are supposed to have done today. If you don't and you're behind, it is time for you to choose a topic. And I have put some in the class brainstorming list document, which you'll see in Schoology in your Power Inquiry folder. This brainstorming document that we worked on together now has some topics with some links in it to Wikipedia articles that I have chosen for you. So if you are still stuck right now, you need to go there and pick one from a quadrant that is interesting to you so that you can get started today. Okay. After you've read your Wikipedia article and gathered information, then you need to decide on your next research step. And so you have received yesterday those salmon charts. And I know without more practice and without more work with them, they look a little bit, maybe it's a lot to take in. But I just want to remind you that after you get to your Wikipedia part, you will have done this building your background information. And then you're making a choice about the best place to find the next resource. So you may decide to search the web, and actually that's what I would recommend for this first time. You may decide to go to a database, and you can see the different database options here. Or you may decide to conduct an interview. And right now, again, if you're not sure where to go, I would stick with the web. But remember, what I really want to find out from you, and this kind of goes more onto that part on the back, is I want to know your research process. What were you trying to find out? Where did you go and why did you go there? And then basically, how did you solve those problems that you encountered along the way? So when you're making decisions, again, unless you have a good reason not to, I would just use the web for today. And I'm going to give you a couple pointers on that. As you're working through this research process, one thing that we really wanted to do was let you take your own path and not make decisions for you. We wanted you to kind of have the resources you needed, but so much of research, folks, is trial and error. And so we wanted to let you experience that. But I do want to show you this folder of resources. So in your Schoology, you'll see this blue folder. Mrs. Anhalt prepared it for you. It says that CRAP resource. I'll have hard copies for you. And then these are different videos that you can watch or a link to the databases. If you're kind of stuck and you're like, gosh, Google really isn't working for me, go here and watch the Google search video. If you need to watch the Wikipedia video again from yesterday, go ahead and watch that video. Here's another video about evaluating resources. So this folder is put together for you so that you can find what you need when you need it. And I would really recommend, if you're feeling stuck, check out these resources. Okay, so you're choosing that next research step. You're finding the next source. I'm going to model for you what I did. And then you're going to reflect on the research process. And reflecting on your research process is actually, I think, will be rather fun for you. At least I'm into it, but you know, I might find things amusing that you don't. But in your research documentation folder, your own document, you'll see, this is my sample and the answers that I did. After each day of research, I'm asking you to show me what you did. So you'll go down to number 6, and you're just going to answer these questions. And you can answer these questions in a paragraph if you want to, or you can answer these questions by using voice to text. And this is where you can kind of pretend like you're a doctor leaving notes for the day on your patient. And I just want you to stop 5 or 7 minutes early. To get to the voice to text feature, you'll just go to Tools and go to Voice Typing. Okay, I'm going to show you this in a minute after I show you some of the things I chose to do in my research. Okay, so at the end of the day today, you need to come back and reflect on that research process and then repeat. So ideally by tomorrow's class, when you walk in the door Wednesday, you will have 2 articles found and crop tested. That is not realistic for you based on where you are at the beginning of class today, then the bare minimum is that you've done all of these steps once and you have 1 article found and crop tested. So those are the expectations for today. If you're ready to get going, go ahead and go. I'm just going to show you kind of my own process and what I did in case it's useful to you. So here's my sample research log. I told you yesterday I was planning on studying Laura Ingalls Wilder, who is the author of Little House on the Prairie. I found out when I was reading my Wikipedia article and trying to pull in background information that I actually was maybe more interested in studying the Osage Indian tribe, because my whole question was around the fact that Laura Ingalls Wilder gets to tell the story of the Osage Indians in her book. And I was afraid it's definitely a danger of the single story situation where she's telling their story for them. And I'm just kind of curious about what the effects of that are. So on this form, all I did was I put my topics in here, and then I pulled in a couple questions from our class research. And then I added my own question. What was it like for the Osage living in the area of the Ingalls family during this time in history? This is going to be my driving question for now. In my Wikipedia article, I think the most important thing I found was this 1869 move to Kansas. And I just want to show you how I started my research today and what my first source will be. It's actually from Wikipedia. So I went through my notes and references on this Wikipedia page, and I just clicked on any of the links that looked like they were the right fit for me. And so don't disregard this as a great source, because I found this: Little Squatter on the Osage Diminished Reserve, reading Laura Ingalls Wilder's Kansas Indians. So that seems like a great place for me to start. So I clicked on it. This is what I found. And it's a pretty long article, but I'm pretty interested in this. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. And then I'm going to actually scroll down to the bottom all the way and see if there's a bibliography. Because depending on what I find in this piece, I might actually find more sources at the end of this source. So since this kind of seems like exactly what I'm looking for, I'm just going to start here. Of course, I'll have to do the crap test and read and annotate it, but this is definitely going to be my starting point. And you might get lucky. I clicked on a couple other links that weren't quite as good, but still might be useful. And I'm going to go ahead and bookmark all of these in my folder I've created for Osage research so that they're easy to come back to and look for later on. So you may find a really great starting point in your Wikipedia article. The most interesting thing or useful thing I found was the year that the Ingalls family moved to Kansas, that I think I might need to come back to look at treaties and kind of figure out the power structures that were at play. So definitely start with your Wikipedia and find those useful links. If that doesn't work, you can go to the web and start searching for some of the elements that you came up with that were important. Go to that Google search tips link in Schoology if you're feeling frustrated. But do the best you can to research today. And then, again, when you're done at the end of the day, come back to here, day 1, and to get to that voice to text. Again, all I want to know is about your process. This does not have to be perfect. You'll see if you use voice typing that it doesn't pick up on everything. You can say period, and it will pick up on a period. But I can read it even if it seems weird. All I'm looking for is the content. I want you to get it out quickly, and I want it to be easy for you. So you just click on this, and then you talk into it. Answer these questions just in your natural voice. Throw in some periods if you can now and then. Here's how it works. Today's date is February 26th. And today I was focusing on just reading some background information about the Osage tribe and how it connected to the Ingalls family, period. So what I used was a link in Wikipedia because the title looked really perfect for me, period. What I found successful, blah, blah, blah. So you can see it really is pretty good. It's nice to have some periods now and then. It's okay if the words aren't right. You don't have to go back and fix it. What I'm concerned about is the content. So hopefully this was helpful to you in figuring out what your next steps are and what you need to do today. Again, coming back to the big picture, ideally 2 articles found and crap tested, and Mrs. Church and Mrs. Lubes can help you out today. And I look forward to finding out what you came up with tomorrow.